Hi, what is up guys, Ashbfc here again bringing you a review of Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. And you know what? This game actually turned out to be pretty good. I really enjoyed this game, which surprised me greatly. I honestly thought it was going to suck. There was going to be some major suckage. Because it's a sequel to the first Sniper Ghost Warrior, which I thought sucked. I did not like that game at all, really. It wasn't the game I was expecting. It wasn't really much of a sniper game, to be honest. I mean, there were run and gun missions in that game, but the times where you were supposed to be, you know, stealthing it up, being a sniper and stuff, it didn't work because the stealth was broken. The enemy could just randomly spot you when it shouldn't have been able to, and you're just constantly setting off alarms and alerting the enemy, and the enemy's stuck in a huge firefight. It's like, well, what is the point giving me a sniper? I just didn't think it worked. It sucked, which of course made me skeptical for this game since I didn't like the predecessor, and as well as it's low budget as well. It's a pretty low budget game. Budget price, I mean, it only costs $17.99, which is pretty dirt cheap. It is the PC version, but I've seen it selling cheaper than that. I've seen it for $14.99 online, and the console versions are only, you know, I've seen that as cheap as $24.99. So it's dirt cheap wherever you go. So it's kind of like, yeah, you know, the predecessor sucked. It's low priced. It's probably not going to be a good game, but like I said, I was very wrong. It's a really, really good game. It does the job. It's actually a pure sniper game, as you'd expect. Sniper 2 Ghost Warrior, you'd expect that, and it does the job well. It's a fun sniper game, and I highly recommend this to fans of sniper games and stuff. It's one of the best sniper games out there. It's really good. It does the job. It's all stealth based for the most part. You know, it's staying out of enemy sights, picking your shots, watching patrols, using your binoculars to scope out the enemy, lining up double kills, sticking low, sticking to the shadows. I mean, it's very easy to get spotted by the enemy. You've got to stay low at all times, move incredibly slow. You know, you've got to like wait for enemies to you know, isolate themselves, and maybe check out an enemy, see if he's stood on a pier. You can shoot him so he'll fall into the water, so the body's out of sight. Taking enemies who are on higher ground first, watching out for other snipers, all that good stuff. And with all those ingredients, it provides, you know, for a pretty tense gameplay style, and I really like that. Now the game's kind of split up into a few different styles of gameplay. There's the solo style, where obviously you're on your own, often tasked with either, you know, taking down certain enemies or bypassing them altogether. You know, watching enemy patrols and stuff, or sometimes you might suddenly have enemies coming down the road. You got to quickly move into the shadows, stay outside. And then these like where you sections where you work with a spotter, teammate, AI teammate, he'll basically take the lead. You'll follow what they do. They'll pick out all your shots for you and stuff. You could complain that it just kind of hold your hand a bit during those sections, but you know, it's a spotter. That's what they're supposed to do, and they are really fun. As well as sections where you'll basically be at a really high vantage point, looking down on either like a city or a town or like a villa or something, and you'll be either clearing the way for a squad that's ready to go in, you know, again picking the shots, taking out the right enemies at the right time and stuff, and or it might be you know, the enemy's already engaged your squad mates, so you're providing cover and fire from up top, and it's really cool. And as well as there is a couple of more action focused sections, but they are very small and brief. For instance, the game will ultimately have you spotted, you and your teammates, so you'll find yourself, you're usually running, and it'll be usually quite, you know, heavily scripted sequences. They're very brief and they fitted well, you know, just to break up the slow style, you know. It worked well. So yeah, so it's powered by CryEngine 3. If you don't know what that is, that's the engine that powers Crysis, or more specifically Crysis 3. It's a pretty impressive looking engine. Obviously this game doesn't look as good as Crysis 3, but for the most part it looks very, very good, very detailed environments. Most of the game takes place like in jungle style environments, so lots of detail, lots of grass, bushes, hedges, lots of rubble and stuff, and you know, trees, all that stuff, and nice lighting effects and shadow effects and water effects, all that sort of good stuff. And some takes place in like pretty much war-torn cities where you've got derelict buildings and loads of stuff to hide around and move and maneuver and stuff, and yeah, it looks good, really good for the most part. Although there are some questionable bits of graphics in this game. For instance, faces, the main one. The faces look absolutely terrible. There's some pretty ugly character models. I think they must have run out of money. I think they spent all the money in all the other departments but forgot about the faces. So they were like, oh shit dude, we forgot to do the faces, and I think someone just kind of made some faces in Microsoft Paint or something, I don't know. They're very ugly, very strange, particularly mouth movements as well. When you look at your squad mates when they're talking, it looks like something from a friggin' Atari or something. I don't know what was going on with the mouth movements. It's very weird, just because it kind of really stands out, because when you see all these other good environments and stuff, and then you just see these faces, it's like, why are the faces so bad? I don't know what happened, but yeah, for the most part it does look really, really good. So yeah, so it does use very realistic style shooting, particularly if you stick the difficulty up to high, where basically you'll have like no help in the shooting whatsoever. You know, like you have to use controlled breathing and take into account bullet drop and wind, all that sort of stuff. So if you're into that sort of stuff, then you know you'll like that. Or you can put it down on lower settings where it will help you a little bit with the shooting, which is always fun. So yeah, one of the main features is of course the bullet cam, something I'm sure everyone will be familiar with. It's really cool. There's a few different variations of it, different sort of camera angles, different speeds of the bullet. Sometimes you'll see the bullet come out with the gun and it'll go all the way to the enemy. Sometimes the bullet cam will kick in right before it hits the enemy in the face, and it'll slow down just before. It's really fun and satisfying because it's used quite sparingly. It doesn't kick in all the time. For the most part, you know, it won't kick in at all. Which is kind of cool because in Sniper Elite version 2 the bullet cam just kicked in all the time. It got annoying. I actually found myself switching it off because every goddamn shot was a slow motion bullet cam, and that just kind of gets boring quick and annoying. But yeah, like I said, it's used sparingly, so with that, you know, it's more satisfying when it does kick in, 'cause it's like, hell yeah, you know, it's much better that way. It usually does kick in like on the last enemy of the area and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure if it's set to only kick in on certain enemy types or if it is just random and, you know, used sparingly. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, I liked that. The other thing that really did disappoint me was the lack of blood and stuff. I know I sound a bit bloodthirsty, but it did get an 18 rating, which is kind of questionable. I think they could have got away with a 15 because there's really not that much to it. There's actually no bullet holes in the enemies, which really disappointed me. I would love to have seen like a bullet hole in my enemy's head when I shot him. It'd have been that much more satisfying, but no, there's no bullet holes whatsoever. The blood just kind of sprays out, and it doesn't look very nice either. It's kind of that very pink, bright blood that never looks good, and it doesn't really splatter anywhere. Sometimes it splats on walls, other times it doesn't. The game just decides whether it's going to do it or not, just randomly, I don't know. But yeah, I would have liked a bit more violence in the game, you know, at least bullet holes. Come on, it's 2013, why aren't we getting bullet holes? But you know, it is a minor issue, it's not that big of a deal, but you know, it would have been nice. Now, it is a pretty short game. You've only got 10 missions. You could probably do it in a day, I'd say. I mean, but there is like a couple of missions in there that take over 40 minutes, which is kind of cool because you don't really see that often, do you? Not many missions go 40 minutes long. And they didn't feel like they dragged either. They were a ton of fun, so yeah. But it is very, very short. But multiplayer is fun as well. I have had some time on multiplayer, and it is kind of what you'd expect. It's, you know, a sniper game style multiplayer. You only really get a sniper rifle to work with. And no, there is only one game mode. It's only team deathmatch. I wouldn't mind if at least a deathmatch in there. But why only one team deathmatch? I would have liked to work solo. But yeah, and there's only 2 maps as well, which was kind of weird. Just 2 maps and 1 gameplay type. But it is fun for what you've got. You know, like I said, it's all about sniping, and it's a very slow style multiplayer. You've got to watch out for muzzle flash and like reflection on the lens and stuff. And of course you've got to, once you take a shot, you've got to move because otherwise your position's going to be given away. And again, that does, you know, it creates some pretty, you know, tense multiplayer gameplay. I really enjoyed it. It's a ton of fun. So yeah, you have got that to go at after you know, you finish single player. It's just a shame that there's really not that much to it. Just 2 maps and 1 gameplay mode. It's kind of disappointing, but it is fun. Yeah, so it's something to do once you finish the you know, the main story and stuff. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a really good sniping game. If you're looking for a decent sniper game, you've got it. And like I said, it's dirt cheap as well. You really can't go wrong. It does the job. It delivers a stealth-based sniper game. And, you know, obviously it's a very slow style gameplay. So it's not for everyone. It's only really for the real big fans of stealth sniper gameplay out there. I mean, the average Call of Duty fan is going to think this is a boring piece of shit. But, you know, like I said, it's not. This game's definitely not for everyone. But if you are looking for a good sniper game, you got it right here. I think it's one of the best sniper games out there. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. Really surprised with how good this game turned out to be. I really enjoyed it. So it's a nice surprise, and for that price, you can't go wrong, really. So yeah, I highly recommend Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. City Interactive, I think that's what they called. City Interactive, yeah. They did a great job, and hell, I would welcome a Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. Bring it on, bitches! So, yeah. It's a great game. Really good game. Check it out.